In 2001, it seemed everybody wanted Gwen Stefani on their record.
I'm like the, what do you call it, side dish or like...
Sidekick.
I'm kind of like the salad on the side, and if you want me to be on the record, I'm excited about it. I am.
In 2004, while No Doubt was on a break, Gwen set out to make her own quick and easy dance record.
I wanted to try to find out if I could make a record that every single song on the record could be a single. Like, no around. Even if you hated me or what I've done in the past, you'd be like, oh my God, not that song. I kind of like this song, I can't help it. You know, I wanted to make that record. You know, I was talking about doing the record and like feeling a little like pressure, like people are gonna think I'm gonna the whole No Doubt thing, and I'm scared I'm gonna do it as well.
Gwen kept the momentum of her solo success going with the follow-up to Sweet Escape in 2006. Married to her longtime love, Gavin Rossdale, mother to 2 boys, and a major player in the worlds of fashion, fragrance, and film, Gwen Stefani is more than just a girl.
It is amazing to me that like I've got to do so many incredible things in my life. You know, thinking back to like where I come from, like how did I get here? Like really extraordinary.
What was it like for you guys when Gwen did her solo stuff and then you guys came back to do the tour? Was she the same Gwen? Was she the same 17-year-old that you'd known? Did she grow as a performer from that? Did you notice anything different when she came back from that?
Wow, absolutely. I mean, I think everybody grew in that time off from each other. But yeah, Gwen developed. She emerged as this fashion icon during that time. She put out 2 very successful records. It was very inspiring to watch her juggle so much stuff and become this entity that's, you know, massive, and I think we were admiring it from the sidelines. It was awesome.
What was it like for you to go on tour without these guys?
Weird. It was really weird. I think the weirdest part was trying to get a band together, and you know, you realize how important everybody's position is as far as like, you know, what they bring to the band, and you know, there's certain parts that I think I'm good at and that I do, and there's certain parts that Tony's really good at and I lean on, and so there wasn't that there. So it was weird, and I think the first time when I went to go on tour, and I was never planning to tour, but I just was feeling like I just got to keep going while I was so inspired. And as soon as I was in rehearsals, I got pregnant with Kingston. So I was like, oh, I mean, I really was excited, imagine, you know, but at the same time, I was really sick, and I was literally in rehearsals. And so I went on the tour, I had 9 costume changes, I was with a band I didn't know, I was with new girls, the Harajuku girls, I didn't know them, and I was so sick. It was like certain songs would make me want to throw up, and I was getting fatter and fatter, and it was like 4.5 months I toured that record. And my ankle I twisted my ankle. Remember when you kicked the pine cone under my foot?
I did it?
Yeah, you did it.
You think I did it on purpose?
No, I don't think you did it on purpose, but I had flown out Mikey, remember when we went on that jog? Anyway, so everything was at once, and I did the tour, and I just was like so happy to be not on the tour when it was done, you know, and then that's when I said I need to make this other record because it just I didn't feel finished. And as soon as that baby was like 8 weeks old, I went back in the studio and finished the Sweet Escape and did like 106 shows. And the month I got home, I got pregnant with Zuma. And that's really my story from the end of, you know, I made the records, and that's a lot to happen. And that's not even counting I did 3 clothing lines during that period as well, and I got married. So it was a lot of huge changes and a lot of stuff that came out. And, you know, then it starts off with the songwriting of this record. So it went really, we're really ahead schedule.
Right. Let's talk about kids. I've got 2 kids. I've got a 6-year-old daughter, 2-year-old little boy, and I know that for me, I've just changed. Little things like I cry easier. Like just the tiniest things. How about you guys? I think you were the first?
Yeah.
So how has having kids changed you?
Oh, I think the small stuff becomes very small or less significant. You know, things that maybe would have bothered me 12 years ago, I don't notice them anymore. I think part of that is having kids, and part of that is growing up a little bit, and part of that is the experiences. You know, I think we've said that No Doubt was our #1 priority for so many years and a good chunk of our life, but once we had children, No Doubt didn't become the most important thing. And it's perfectly natural. And now it feels great because the kids get to be a part of what we're doing because they're here with us in New York, and it's a beautiful situation.
You guys look this good when you go pick up the kids at school, or is this No Doubt time? Like, come on.
I haven't got to experience the school thing yet, but
Yeah.
these guys all have.
I try to work it when I go to school.
Do you?
Yeah, I try to work it every morning.
You're like, take that, other moms.
I'm like, what's up? Yeah, I've been up since 5. What are you doing?
But you know, I had a conversation earlier about, you know, the roots of this band and talking about a band like the Specials. I mean, they look good. They look badass all the time. This is part of the kind of ska world too, right? You look good. Would you say that, or is this just who you are?
That's a weird question. You're a really good interviewer,
Yeah,
by the
you're
way.
really
You're
good.
unbelievable. Where's your paper? Like,
Dog here, baby.
2 a.m. What's up?
But you know what I mean? Is it part of the lifestyle, or is it just like, because the Specials always look good, right?
You can never really go wrong in suits. That's the one thing we found out with our band. You can wear a suit and you will look good.
I think everybody has their own style, and since they're young, you know what I mean? It's very organic and just, it's natural. It's not something that we have to put a lot of effort into. And everybody enjoys having their personality come out through the way they kind of present themselves. So it's weird to talk about it. It's very natural.
Weird to ask.
Step up to the plate, no underestimate, no, never play it safe, no relapse.
A new decade and a new record. What it's like to be back with a new No Doubt.
Is it just still the same thing, just different?
When we get on stage,
That's when it really
that's when
feels.
it all feels like it could be any decade of the existence of this band. We're on stage.
Nice.
That's when
So
that's
true.
That's when it's
It's
like
so
the
automatic.
peak.
When No Doubt in 60 concludes,
And set